Hello and welcome to game number 3 of StarLadder Small Losers Bracket Finals rather, to determine which one of these two teams is gonna go, well, experience StarLadder Season 4 as a spectator rather than as a player, because this is game number 3. We have both teams already taken one game of each other, and we will see who's going to be victorious. We'll be playing against the loser of the game that's going to be played tonight, which is going to be Navi versus Empire. And I won't be casting this match by myself. I will be supported by supporter EG.Bdiz. Sorry, I did it anyway.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, I mean, we've seen two very different games, basically. What are you expecting for this game?
Well, both games have been decided by who gets the early advantage in the landing phase. In game 1, Fnatic had a superior lineup on top of having a huge advantage in the landing phase. In game 2, I think the lineups were fairly even, to be honest, but Virtus.pro got a small advantage in the landing phase and then just exploded that right after lanes broke down to a huge early mid-game advantage.
That's true.
So this game, I think, again, it's going to be decided in the early mid-game.
Yeah, we already have Virtus.pro banning out the Wisp. They learned that from game number 1, I guess. And for the people wondering in the chat, yes, the names are listed of the teams. The heroes that are listed below that are their signature heroes. And the text that you see rotating below that is quotes from different people, gods as well as Balba and Pyrian flags, about the teams. So that's that, for people wondering that. And we're going to have a Bounty Hunter on Virtus.pro this game. We're going to have a Bedrider and a Darkseer being banned out. Two heroes that we've already seen this game. Which heroes are still in the pool that were banned out the other times? Undying, perhaps?
Undying was one of them. He's still in. Which Fnatic use a lot of. A whole lot of. I know Virtus.pro probably uses a lot of Undying as well. Everyone uses Undying a lot. She's a really strong hero.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, and it's really hard without being able to see the goddamn heroes.
I know, right? Yeah. You know what? If I'm in a captain's mode draft, and I see all those heroes, I cannot think straight about what my opponent would want to pick. Because there's just too much coming at me, and I just don't know. It's all what you're used to, I guess. But don't worry. If you're, I mean, this is the 3rd game. You'll get the hang of this. It will come. It will come.
Another Lone Druid coming out early from Fnatic. Let's see if they plan on using it differently this time.
Yeah, because it didn't really work out in the previous game. They didn't get the chance to farm up in time.
And one thing that I know they do with Undying occasionally is Honey will play it offlane. So that might open up Trixie for a solo mid Lone Druid if it's an easy matchup for him. They could also, of course, aggressive trialing with Undying. So they might not just, sacrifice the Lone Druid and have him play offlane this time.
It's true. But Undying picked up. I'm thinking maybe still Jakiro. I'm kind of wondering, because we saw Fnatic last game. I mean, I'm not used to seeing that tactic work on them, because normally it's just CK, Wisp, and those kind of just strong dual lanes. And right now, or with the Lone Druid there, I don't know. And Virtus, I just don't know. I'll just say that. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. They're taking their time into this bonus time. Like Fnatic did as well. I mean, they only got 46 seconds left, so they used half of their bonus time already. And now Virtus.pro. I'm gonna guess. Oh, well, I could have guessed Nature's Prophet since they picked it up the previous times as well.
Ooh, and Weaver again. I like how Weaver worked for them.
Yeah, and there's still the Chaos Knight though from Fnatic. The hero that they know and love. But Nature's Prophet picked up very early again. This is the 3rd game that we see them. I still think it's a double mind game. Potentially.
I think they just really value Nature's Prophet.
True.
But we have to see who's going to play it this time. Is it going to be KSI, just running a straight jungle, like a 4-role Nature's Prophet, or is it going to be Santa playing it jungle and offlane? Deal, but they do have Bounty Hunters, so.
Yeah. So I think Santa will be playing the Bounty Hunter and KSI will be playing the Nature's Prophet again. But we saw KSI play Nature's Prophet again already in game number 1, and that didn't really work out the way that he played it anyway.
They do have options of lanes, like they know that Fnatic really likes to run dual lanes, especially on Radiant, where they can pull mid once they destroy the trees. So you might see Bounty Hunter solo mid, because he can just go invis and soak up experience there. It's the same thing as playing him offlane. against that dual lane, and they could still have Fury on off lane, and if it's a dual lane down there that he can't contest, you could just go jungle.
And they probably want to have Weaver up again, up against the lone druid again.
Yeah, because that's here. Weaver, just like last game, they got him an early advantage, so he can easily solo against the lone druid, and the supports just roamed after they got their levels from pulling.
Yeah, that works out. It worked out previous game, so it can work out again. We actually have the Lina being banned out. And you can't ban out all the combinations that are good with the Chaos Knight, though. I mean, it's just not just the Lina and the Keeper of Light, but also the Leshrac and the Shadow Demon and the Jakiro. So you can only ban out a selected few, as we actually have seen Rubik being ignored all 3 games so far.
And I think if anything, right now, Fnatic wants to pick up Leshrac or Jakiro. Those are their top 2 priorities for support right now. They could also run Undying as their 4 hero. They're one of their supports instead of offlane.
Yeah, then I have the Lone Druid offlane, Undying, and a tri-lane with the Chaos Knight and something else. Range support. Leshrac. And they're going into bonus time again. They've already banned out the Queen of Pain.
See, they don't know how the Furion's gonna be played, so they don't know if they need to ban out supports or what. Right now, they go with a ban on Crazy's TA, and there's Rubik ban.
Yep. I mean, this is the first time we see the Rubik and the first time we see the Templar Assassin, both on the banning list. I mean, obviously, Virtus.pro still needs that mid hero, or in theory, depending on if what they're gonna do with that bounty on the Nature's Prophet, as you already said. But Fnatic, they're just banning out heroes for Crazy right now. Would not be surprised to see a Invoker being banned out here as well. Even though Invoker didn't really work out in the first game for Virtus.pro. There goes the hero. Let's see what Virtus.pro wants to have for that Crazy. And we still have the Shadow Demon in if they want to go for one of the supports.
Yeah, Shadow Demon was banned out. I think the last 2 games, I want to say. I know NS plays a really, really good Shadow Demon. He's really fast at reacting with... Ooh, and Tanker. Ooh.
Ooh. I mean, it's a good mid-hero. Crazy can definitely play that one.
Oh, they've got Global Gank with Furion and Tanker, and they also have Track Vision for Rocket Spam.
Oh,
it's going to be so hard to push against Tinker too. Especially with the bonus Track Vision for more Rocket Harass. It's not just the March you have to worry about now.
This is basically the strategy that MTW used to play, like before TA2.
Actually, the first time I saw a Bounty Hunter Tinker combo was something that Artstyle did back like this time last year. It was the first time I saw it. And this is something that I've seen Russian teams do in scrims with CIS teams all throughout the past year. So I'm really excited to see VP running the strat. And there's the Leshrac, which I thought would come out from Fnatic.
Correct guess on that one, or well, not really a guess if you know, I guess.
Now I'm looking at VP. They might go for Disruptor. But there's a Shadow Demon, yeah.
Well, the Shadow Demon is the one that we were expecting, but I think here's gonna be the one that's gonna be indeed the one that's basically new.
It's a little bit of a surprise. Tinker's been popping up a lot recently. He's one of those heroes that around TI2 and before then he was really common, and then he kind of died off afterwards. And now he's having a resurgence.
Yeah, I like it. It's gonna be, I mean, they're not up against the Wisp Chaos Knight, so they don't have that ganking going off, which was of course something that shut them down in game number 1. But they are going to be having that strong combination of the Chaos Knight Leshrac, a Chaos Bot followed up by Split Earth. If Fnatic can get their lanes under control and get some good lanes off, they're going to be doing okay. Although having said that, I do realize that regardless, they cannot fight in the March of the Machines, and when Tinker got his boot to travel up, it's going to be hard for them to indeed take tower, so they're going to have to try to push fairly early, and they actually pick up an Earth Shaker. So which hero here? Are they going to have a mid Chaos Knight Leshrac with an Earthshaker Lone Druid and an Undying solo?
I think Honey's going to pick up the Undying. Oh, wow, Honey's actually playing Earthshaker.
Oh, wow. Oh my god.
I know he used to play in the past, and this is something that used to be one of his best heroes.
Are we going to have an Earthshaker solo mid?
Oh, no, I doubt that. I think it's going to be a support Earthshaker.
Oh, I've never seen that before. But then who's
It
gonna?
could be though. It is an option.
I mean, Hani is normally playing a
They
hero that, well, the number 2 role or something like that, number 2 or 3. So he needs to get a bit of farm.
he plays the Honey's a really flexible guy in terms of the role that he plays. He can play pretty much anything. He's usually the 1, 2, or 3, but he could play support as well. And just seeing that it's an Earthshaker makes you think it's support.
Yeah, that's true. And
He
Jakiro actually got
got
banned out,
Prepare
right?
for battle.
And he got pulled some regen. Interesting.
Offline Earthshaker. Offlane, I mean, not offline. Well, they're playing offline, but
Fly's going right away to stun down trees, and Virtus.pro knows it's gonna happen. KSI was pinging it. They've got their 5 heroes going bottom right now. Who's got the wards? They're sitting on Santa right now. Or I mean, wow, NS is gonna pass him to Santa. There it goes. Santa's gonna go block spawns again.
yeah, and they're gonna be running into a bear fairly soon. See if they can kill it off again. Trion's being created, even more than they already had.
I don't think VP is going to look to take a fight here.
No,
30 seconds.
Wow,
to
Leshrak's
battle.
actually in the fountain. He's stunned on trees. He used 2 stuns on trees so he can be able to pull. Looks like it knows. Maybe it's just 1. But right when Santa sees that the trees are cut down, he goes to place his ward.
Yep, there we go.
And he placed it at a different spot from game 1 as well.
Nice.
This time on the high ground, which does block it in that spot.
Yeah, and then I mean, previous game they already used 2 wards, so they used one right there, and that would have actually, the first ward that they placed, that would have scouted that one out. But right now, if they start on the other side, that's gonna be some nice nice counter gank or nice counter wards going off, or at least for Virtus.pro. If nope, I'm right. Only 1 ward needed this time, but they don't see it. They have to clear the trees.
They have to kill a tree, yeah.
They have to have a tombstone for that one.
Or tangos.
Okay,
Either. In terms of who's playing what, go over VP this time. NS
Yeah.
is playing Shadow Demon, Airman on Weaver again, KSI on Furion, same as game 1. Santa, Bounty Hunter again, same as game 1, and Crazy is picking up the Tinker.
Yeah, we're gonna have Era, of course, on his Chaos Knight again. He is being supported by Fly on his Leshrac. We're gonna have on the bottom lane is gonna be No Tail there on his Undying with Trixie on the Lone Druid. So this is gonna be a dual lane. Center ward already placed. The case going through. Santa being harassed away there. And on the top lane, it is gonna be an off lane Earthshaker by himself. It's gonna be Hani on the Earthshaker taking on Airman. They didn't want to have a Lone Druid anymore up against a Weaver, as it didn't work out previous game.
It's still Weaver's gonna be free farming in this lane. Honey's just there to get experience. He's not gonna be able to get any farm.
Well, but what do you think about an Earthshaker off lane?
He's gonna get levels, which is nice. That's about it though. It's like if they put Londra up there, he's gonna be able to actually get farm and experience against the solo Weaver that doesn't have much support. Since they're running the CK Leshrac dual lane, the response is Shadow Demon rotating from top to mid, and they already have the Furion that's jungling again, so he's not gonna be able to support too much for the Weaver. I think they could have picked a stronger top here, but Hani's probably gonna be roaming a lot. You already see that he's camping top rune, looking for an opening to go on mid with the CK Leshrac.
Yeah, exclamation mark already coming off on an S, and they looks like they want to go for him. Here they come. But that's going to be no more sight. They still want to go for it though. Reality Drift ready. Fisher first to start things off. That's going to be its stun.
Wow.
2 seconds. And that should... Oh, Disruption helping out. Here comes support. Here comes CRZ. Another Fisher going down. And it will still be an S that gets to be the first blood, that is. Because the first blood actually went to Fly. And there was really nothing that KSI or CRZ could do there to help out.
My spirit echoes.
NS was really close to getting that disruption off before the Chaos Bolt actually hit him, like while it was midair. Super close. I'm surprised that Fnatic didn't turn around there and just going CRZ, but it was a good call to just keep chasing. They had the long range Fisher initiate.
Yeah,
And the
they were
boots
able
on
to
Hani
get
to make
another
sure they
Fisher.
could get the catch.
And a lot of clarities on Earthshaker to get him back to full mana again, so he can do the same thing again if he sees him. In the meantime, Santa's actually out of mana right now, so cannot go invisible anymore. Trixie is still doing okay on the last hits. He's actually higher than everybody else, so he has a lot better game than he had previous game, as NS actually stacked the Ancient Sum to make sure that there's going to be something for COC to take down later on. Reality hit, but nothing to follow it up on this time. Not with NS so close by.
Tinker is going for the March build. That makes it harder for Fnatic to initiate on them, especially with Shadow Demon being there such a defensive hero.
They're gonna be pushing as well though in the mid lane. He's forcing Era back and forcing him to take the last hits under his tower. In the meantime, Santa is still, I mean, with an Orb of Venom, they're also up on the Bear. It's gonna be such an annoying lane for him to be at. He is getting levels though, and that's the most important thing right now. He's level 4, same level as Trixie is, actually slightly higher than Trixie is, purely because No-Tail also stole some experience on that bottom lane. But I guess he's not doing too bad, considering he's being harassed so much, and he's not, well, he can go invisible once again, but that's it. Getting levels. Well. Ooh, double damage rune. Bam! Treant clearing it out. Airman in the meantime has got 22 last hits, picked himself up some power threads with Honey coming back towards the top lane. I mean, he's got 4 last hits. Oh my god, he wishes he had a Quelling Blade.
Or some branches. That's really close.
Yeah, it was really close. That's a bit of a shame. So we had the first blood. Is the next kill gonna be happening again with Earthshaker roaming, or is there gonna be a different course of events?
Oh, but he is roaming from top to mid again. He knows he can't do too much top. He doesn't want to get killed. He doesn't have any tangos, so if you're in TP zone with Sprout, he's done.
Yeah.
Once he gets a really nice Fisher off.
He is. I mean, he's waiting at the rune spot, even though there's still a minute to go before there's going to be another rune. Or at least he's being very careful, probably trying to find an S again. But an S is just stacking ancients constantly, so he's just walking back and forth, and looks like he's going to go for CRZ right now. And backs off. They did see him though, so they will be careful. Or did they?
And CRZ was already playing back while NS was not in lane to protect him. As long as NS is there behind CRZ, he can actually get some CS. Because of disruption, but he can't go up at all when NS is gone.
Well, Reality Rift's helping out there. Walking inside the, inside the Martian machines. Not smart, Era. Look at that damage. It's just insane. He has to use his bottle already. Courier flying through. 2-second stun. Fisher following up. It's actually here on the wrong side of the Fisher. No disruption yet, though. He's just fine. Sticking around just in case. Harassment going from both sides. It's Era that has to back off, and it's Earthshaker that is, well, hanging around. Now he can wait for the 6-minute rune if he wants to, because now it's very close. He's gonna let it go. With Santa already waiting bottom.
I think that's really important to know. Is Santa level 5.5? He's going to start getting aggressive very soon when he gets level 6, trying to get the track kills going.
Yeah, and they can be fairly aggressive in the mid lane. I mean, Era and No-Tail, they're sticking to, and Fly, they're sticking together. They can now pull the neutrals again because the wards have disappeared, but they couldn't before. So they also had to share all the experience. We've got level 5 upon the Tinker, level 4 upon the Chaos, and now just level 5. But that's quite a big of a difference there, as we have still actually Shadow Demon level 2. So that's a bit of a shame. Earthshaker level 4 got some experience on the bottom lane as well. And it's actually Trixie that is finishing his Hand of Midas. And is just having a happy time. 44 last hits for him as Santa. Rotating towards the fountain. He's still at level 6 though. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, invisibility rune. We still have no Earthshaker though. I realized the wards go down. Do you think they will counter ward that? Oh, wait a second. 4-second stun. That's gonna be disruption. That was so close! And he still goes down. Leshrack's not following that up. Era gonna be in some trouble too. Fisher helping out though. Era might be dropping still. Airman in around here as well, and he gets the kill on D. Still gets 2-second stun, but why do you think the disruption was? I mean, he cancelled it at some point and then went again.
Hey, he was trying to time it with Leshrack's stun animation, but Leshrack is just leading with lightning and saving his stun. That's the second time. He's saving the stun for after the disruption.
Yeah.
Which is smart play coming out of Fly, and the fact that he went lightning instead of getting Edict is helping them out to get these kills.
Yeah, in the meantime on the bottom lane it is Santa that's actually helping out, killing off the lone druid. Still goes down by the dust and the lightning that went through from the Shrek though, but Airman picking actually up the kill of Trixie, so he is going to be having his nemesis again on the bottom lane. They were up against, of course, previous game, Disruption, Soul Catcher. Can they do something here? Can Airman attack him? Nope. March of the Machines though, no till. Wow, this is gonna be painful and this is gonna be death. It's gonna be crazy that picks up the kill.
And it's a Soul Ring bottle up on Tinker. He's gonna work on this ancient stack now with the regen rune. And a Soul Ring that's falling out.
Gonna be a lot of gold going his way. Actually, the stack's not that big, actually. Yeah. And the March of the Machines, oh, they do first. There they go. And Airman is gonna steal some of the experience that he gets there. He's level 8 already, doing a good job. Of course, you can compare him a bit to Trixie, who's level 7. So, in that sense, doing good. Of course, he's been present in 2 kills already. Is it 2 or 3? That's 2. He's got actually the last hits of both. Sneaky bastard. Almost level 9. Level 9. But the gold grab going towards Virtus.pro experience also.
That was really good rotation from Airman. He had that free farm lane, like absolute free farm lane, against an Earthshaker top. So he just gets an early TP, so when the aggression comes out from Earthshaker, he's able to TP in as a level 7 Weaver in mid, pick up the kill on Chaos Knight after they kill the Tinker. Then he's able to go bottom and also kill off the hard carry Trixie that has his Midas already. It's always so huge to kill Midas carries, especially if their Midas is on cooldown. Or off cooldown rather. It's just wasted time.
Ooh, mid lane disruption. Oh, and this time he got it off in time. The Leshrac Stone still follows up, and Lightning, he still goes down though. That's a bit of a shame. Nature's Prophet Ultimate bouncing through, trying to push the rest of Fnatic back as the March of the Machines just be annoying there. Can they still go for CRZ? Oh, Era thinks he can, and he can! One more hit needed. Bam! He's dead. 2 kills in the bottom, in middle lane, going the way of Fnatic.
Just good play from them and a mistake coming out from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and the bottom lane, Trixie still goes down again. Airman picking up his 3rd kill of the game. He's having a fun time against Trixie.
I mean, he's going the same build as last time. He went Lincolns into MKB. I expect him to do the same thing again this game.
Yeah,
Here's again.
Especially with the disables that can come out from Fnatic with the Chaos Bolt that he doesn't want to get hit by.
And also the Fissure.
He's gonna get hit by the Fissure regardless, isn't he? The targeted spell. Ooh, Era, Echo Slam, Fissure, Airman gonna go down. JK MVP, double kill for Hani. That's the Earthshaker that we like to see. Tower still dropped though. That was the first tower going down in the game. And it was not denied. It was actually the gold of Airman. Nice Echo.
I think that'll be the only time we see that soul game. A TP Echo Slam. Aside from the fact that Hani had so much gold out of that he's getting close to a Blink Dagger. He's halfway there already. And he has his Arcane Boots already up.
Yeah, he's doing not too bad on the levels either. I mean, he's on par with the other off lane. He's on par with the supports. It's actually only Shadow Demon that's fairly low there. For Virtus.pro, of course, it was the Nature's Prophet that still got, of course, that experience in the jungle. So he should be fairly high up there. But it's NS that's just low. He died twice. That's also a bit of a shame. There.
NS is going to be getting level 6 now. So even though he was stacking Ancients, he didn't get any experience from that. He was sitting very far behind Crazy mid, so he didn't get initiated on. He's still getting a fairly good time to level 6 on Shadow Demon. Whereas last game, we saw like the Lina, Fly's Lina, getting level 6 far later than this.
Yep. And we're gonna see, well, CRZ has still not got his boots to travel. Why? Say it as if it's a bad thing. He's doing okay as though. He's got 1600 gold, building towards it. He's died twice though, which is not that ideal considering he has got the Shadow Demon around him normally to help him stay alive, but it's not been working out. And I mean, I guess Shadow Demon is a hero that's known for making good combinations with a lot of other heroes, and Leshrac is actually one of those, to be able to land a stun directly after the disruption, so you can time it, and that's actually working out great for Fnatic right now. We have a bit of a help there, just to make sure that it lands, and Fly waits every time until the disruption is there to make sure it hits
Trixie
it.
right now. Trixie's getting the gank.
Yeah, oh wait, camera works sloppy. It's gonna be Trixie getting tracked up there. He turns into a bear. It's gonna be too late, or is it? Leshrac's on Lightning going through still. Trixie drops, nice time lapse. It will be Santa that still drops. Reality Drift into a dusted Airman. He already used his time lapse, but he is very fast, and he will be able to get away from that one. In the meantime, it's the top lane that has got a lot of trouble for Hani. Fissure still goes through, tries to TP himself out. But yeah, that's gonna be level 6 up on NS, so that was the Demonic Purge helping out. No tail coming in, Reality Rift, it's okay as a 4-second stun. That's the end of that one, and this is Tinker having his Boots travel complete, lands a couple of lasers, couple of rockets, marching machines as well, but it will be the golem that is able to get away from that one.
And that gank that Airman and Santa did on Trixie, they got counter initiate on, like Fnatic smelled out that that was coming, but the way that they did that, just timing their invises to make sure that no matter where the ward is that Fnatic had, they weren't in vision at any time. They were always invisible. And Santa positioned himself perfectly to block Trixie in, to make sure he couldn't run away at all. It was just really well executed by VP there.
Yep. The only downside is, of course, I mean, they still lost Santa, but he got a track kill.
It's still worth it, yeah.
So yeah, that's and a track kill on Trixie. I mean, it's if you want to try to shut down, you want to kill. So successful at that. And I do think, I mean, now he just used his Hand of Midas. I do think that what you said earlier, he actually was killed while his Hand of Midas was off cooldown for a while he was still dead. So that's a small victory there, as well as we're gonna have a tower being harassed here on the top lane.
Benefit of Leshrac going lightning, better at defending towers. The downside of not going edict though is you can't push as well.
No, well, having said that though, they can't push that well anyway.
They do have a Syllabear, always a good pushing hero.
That's true. JK, some trouble here. 84 HP left. KSI just TPing mid, and that's JK TPing out. Earthshaker, when he TPs, he looks funny. Just saying. Next time he TPs, you should check it out. He's like waving and everything. Lasers, rockets, Era, Real Drift back in. Gonna have to move out of the marching machine, so as No-Tail to do the same. Gets a track up as well. Solver will keep him up. And Era coming back in. Does he want to do something with that haste rune? Rocket's gonna fly still. That's it. Oh, look at that rocket doing so much damage up on No-Tail.
That march is so annoying. I think it's just annoying here to play against.
Yep. Especially if you have that track. I mean, without that track, that wouldn't have been in a rocket that actually hit him.
In terms of item pickups, Airman's getting very close to Lincoln Sphere. All he needs is the recipe, about 1,000 gold left to go. Do have Arcane Boots up on NS. Midas has been up for KSI, and he's working towards a mechanism right now. Santa's got his phase boost and he's working towards a drum. And the bots are up for crazy.
Booyah. Track kill.
And again, these Invisirs are just camping down here looking for Trixie with the support of Furion TP.
And not just, yeah, they just both TP'd in there. And they can do that. They just TP'd into some of the Treants of Nature's Prophet. Tinker did anyway.
This global gank squad.
Yeah.
An Invis gank squad. In terms of
not save.
in terms of Fnatic's item progression.
Yeah.
Honey's got Arcane Boots, obviously working towards his blink still at around 1,000 gold away. And having died and buying TP scrolls, he's just stagnated at around 1,000. Era picked up drums as well as bottled treads. Trixie's had that Hand of Midas and not much else because he's been getting ganked constantly. And Undying's working towards treads of his own, and there's a bracer up on Leshrac.
Yeah, there's still not that many core items up on both sides actually. It feels fairly even, though Virtus.pro is actually 4k gold ahead, which is because of that. I mean, they're farming basically everywhere, and they also got one tower down in their favor on the bottom lane. Of course, that helps out. Experience graph wise, it is also in favor of Virtus.pro, even with the kills and being in favor of Fnatic. It's just been they've been farming everywhere. They've been splitting it out so well, while Fnatic is actually moving together as a group way more, and therefore losing way more experience and gold.
They also had a dedicated jungler, Nature's Prophet, which gives them during the laning phase an experience advantage that carries out through into the mid game as well.
Helps out a lot. And actually, that was the second tier 1 dropping on the side of Fnatic. So Virtus.pro looking in good shape this game, and that doesn't bode well for Fnatic because they kind of have this mid-game kind of hero, Chaos Knight, who needs to be doing a lot this mid-game, otherwise he's not going to be the normal Chaos Knight that we're used to seeing right now. And it's coming to that point where we should be seeing him being a lot more aggressive, where they should be trying to get more while the Lone Druid is still farming, but neither of that is happening because Lone Druid is getting ganked and Chaos Knight is getting shut down also. Can't fight openly.
Yeah. The Trixie had that Midas early at around 6 minutes or so, and right now at 18 minutes you'd expect him to have the Radiance having the Midas that early, but he's only sitting on 1,400 gold because of how well he's been shut down. by the
Oh,
Airman Santa gang squad.
they find Santa. The Sentry Ward is there. The Entangle and the Reality of Santa. 4-second stun. And that's going to be a kill. Now, they did use a Dust there also. They used a Dust inside their own jungle to see if there was someone there, which there wasn't. So they kind of wasted that one extra. As Fly is going to get ganked here by Airman. Airman might be able to get it. There will not be a stun. There will actually be a time lapse. And only one hit away from dying. 28 HP. Airman, you're going to let that walk? The hell?
And the Fear and ult actually, I think it missed Flash Track because Trixie was able to help out and kill a little swarm off of him.
Yeah.
Little bug that was munching away, so they didn't have vision for it anymore.
That's a shame, at least for Airman for risking his life and actually using a time lapse for that. As NS still died in the top lane. Blink Dagger though up on CRZ, so he is getting more and more farmed. As well, I have to say, his net worth is not even highest of the team. It's actually Airman that is highest up on net worth because he has his Lincolns complete. So he's looking pretty good right now. He's got 4 kills, only died once. He's been in 5 out of the 7 kills that they have. And it's gonna be Roshan for Virtus.pro as well.
And they've got the mech finished now on Nature's Prophet. You know, if you look at Undying and Lush Track, neither of them is anywhere close to it. Even though Fnatic's at the kill lead right now, I feel like Virtus.pro is in a really strong position. There's an Undying on Fnatic, which is a strong early game to mid game hero. So there's not going to be too many 5-on-5 fights that VP is looking for, but they're getting the small engagements and pickoffs that they need this game, as opposed to game 1 where that wasn't really happening for them.
Nope. And we're gonna see the Roshan die. They might be giving the tier 1 tower away for it. No, TP comes in. Tinker will be there. No towers for Fnatic. That's kind of sad though. Like last game we saw them taking towers, or the first game actually, we saw them taking towers for basically everything that they did. But and even though they're still ahead on kills, they're not getting anything in return. Just the Tinker is just spoiling it for them.
I'm on the mend.
Yep.
Well,
You know, Trixie's been left on his own to try to get as much farm as he can, while the rest of his team has been playing around the Chaos Knight, mainly, and I think they need to start playing around Trixie so he can get the Radiance up. He's got 2,800 gold saved up, so he's going to be going for Radiance.
Yep. Do you think that's the right choice in this situation still?
Radiance is never a bad item.
That's true.
Dyer's middle tower is under
But I think it's getting to be a little bit late for Radiance. You typically, like I said, he had the 6-minute Might, you expect him to have the Radiance for only 18 minutes. Without that Might, since he only has regular boots on himself and his bear, it expected around like 14 minutes or so to have the Radiance up. And that's a big difference in terms of items that are on support heroes, to have it 14 minutes instead of like 24 minutes or so.
In the meantime, Leshrac gets away on the brink of life again, as actually Airman is trying to make sure he's still alive. But he gets the entangle. The time lapse already used, he does go down. SNS already went down to the Chaos Line in the middle lane. 2 quick kills going the way, or actually the Aegis was there. 1 quick kill and an Aegis going the way of Fnatic. And that's gonna be some more gold. I mean, they're doing now what you say, they're hanging around Trixie. Trixie is getting this farm, so he is at 3,300 gold right now. Almost ready for a relic.
Blink is also up on Hani now. It's a key item pickup for Fnatic.
Ooh, that is indeed. Blink Echo Slam is what they need, especially if you have, of course, a Nature's Prophet on the opponent team, some extra treants to make that Echo a bit more powerful. It's pretty decent, as we have the tier 2 is probably still gonna drop though. Virtus.pro just pushing it, Lightning still going through, but it's not gonna be meaning anything anymore, as Airman doesn't matter. If he gets hit by the tower, he has still got the time lapse. Ooh, have to be careful. He's in the night. They're gonna let it have the night. This is the second tower that Fnatic gets denied. The tier 1 tower top also got a deny.
They lost. The mid tier 1 for Virtus.pro also gets denied. Air was trying to backdoor it. VP saw it. They had Tinker TP in, Pop Glyph. Were able to get the deny with ease.
Nice.
Air is running around with a haste trying to find someone, but he doesn't have any detection on him. So Bounty Hunter and Airman are able to get out of there.
Yeah, and he's just, I mean, he has his armor complete, so he's got some more farm up there. He's actually been in 10 out of the 12 kills, so pretty high involvement rate up on him.
And that's going to come from his team playing around him instead of playing around Trixie. They left Trixie vulnerable, and that's why he has so many deaths.
Yeah.
That and also very good play coming out of Airman and Santa. I liked most of those kills.
Yeah, and with that global strat, I mean, if someone finds you, there's just no way you're gonna be safe, basically.
Furion
can TP in.
and Tinker also just picked up their ultimate orbs, so both of them are going to be working towards a Hex. Like I said, right now, VP isn't looking to take 5-on-5 team fights. Fnatic's going to be way stronger in 5-on-5 team fights, despite Trixie being shut down. That's just the way that their hero composition works early on, having the Undying. Ooh, good catch from Hani.
Airman just slightly overextending, Central being there. He just walked into 4 heroes, or at least he knew that he was outnumbered, because they've been sitting there the entire time, but walked in anyway. A bit risky to do that, and yeah, that's gonna be learned. His relic is ready.
Yep, with a sentry where the bug just went splat.
Yeah, that's super fast. The way ants are supposed to die. Oh my god, I just flamed ants. That's not good. At least relic complete on the bear. So we have got Trixie, he's getting ready. In the meantime, all the tier 2 towers, apart from that one on the bottom, is still standing or for Fnatic. So despite them, I mean, it looks very bad for them, but it doesn't... I mean, the gold graph is also quite in favor of Virtus.pro, but it doesn't feel that bad for them. Not with Trixie still getting some of the items. I mean, right now, they're kind of over the fact of getting ganked, it feels like. They are now just playing fairly careful, though having said that, I do realize that Trixie, again, is farming by himself.
And if you look at the warding coming out from VP, they're warding aggressively because they want to be playing aggressively and continue to get these picks on Trixie. Who's going to be the one farming bottom in the jungle for the most part. TK is going to be farming lanes.
Yeah, here they come now. There goes the demonic purse. Here comes support as well. No Tail coming in to help. Tombstone goes up and tangle up on CRZ, who is actually gonna go down. Nice counter gank coming up from Fnatic, and Ines doesn't know how fast he can get away from that place. Oh, in the meantime, top lane though. Oh, he's invisible. I'm seeing stuff standing over each other, but he's an invisible arrow looking for maybe something on KSI. Or maybe he's gonna go for Weaver instead, who's gonna be taking some hits from the tower. Reality Trip gets stopped by the Linkers, but still 2 seconds left. Nice time left just in time, but it's not gonna be enough. No Tail coming in to pick up pieces, get the last hit. And that's the kind of kills that Fnatic should be getting. Another deny on the tower, though the tower still drops.
It's still really good to get these denies, shut down the income for the other team. If you look at the gold graph, it's still going to be a huge lead for, or not huge, but about 7,000 lead for Virtus.pro, and experience-wise, about a 4,000 lead for Virtus.pro. So you gotta.
It's on the low though. I mean, it's dropping back towards the 0 line, especially in the experience graph. You see that a bit more, a bit better, as of course there's not been that many kills going off.
Once again, Tinker's alive, so Fnatic can't push.
Yep.
They need to get some creative smoke ganks off to be able to get picks on Tinker. Predict where he's gonna be, use this blink dagger that Hani has to get Tinker dead, and then you can push the tower.
Yeah,
Also, of course, he buys back.
It's gonna be very difficult for them to push the tower. I mean, there's still 5 towers standing on the side of Virtus.pro. But, I mean, for now, Virtus.pro can also not push up to the base of Fnatic. I mean, we're a bit of at a stalemate regarding that. Lone Druid actually has his Radiance complete, though he has a Radiance on himself and not on the bear.
The smoke gang coming out from Fnatic.
Ooh, they're gonna be using the bait as the bear as the bait. And the Gem of True Sight also up on them. It's up on the Chaos Knight era, having that. Let's see if they can find something.
Still Ancients being stacked this late by Virtus.pro. They just keep stacking it before crazy so you can get towards that Hex ASAP.
I think Santa's gonna be the reward for getting that smoke up. That is indeed gonna be a kill. Tombstone still goes up. Trixie goes into bear form, realizes there might be people coming in to help try and gank him, but
they might actually be able to get this tower, because Crazy was just killing Ancients. He doesn't have any mana. He's gonna try and defend the tier 2, but the tier 1's done.
Fortification still goes off to try and slow him down. Rockets are still gonna hit. Is there gonna be more? Marching the machines from the side. Might be able to do enough. Tower. Nah, it's gonna drop. No deny either. It's Lone Druid's bear picking up more gold, going the way of Trixie. He's got 1,700 gold already. And they TP out, got what they came for. realized the split push might be coming, as we already had Weaver pushing to the tier 3 on the bottom lane.
Ooh, he just used his weapon after the Hex from Furion.
Oh, Era trouble. Lands a 4-second stun upon COZ though, surrounded by horses. He goes down. As we have KSI trying to TP himself out of that place, should be able to do so as NS. I don't think he's gonna be as lucky. Nope, nope, he can't. Unstoppable fly as he gets the last hit. And gets an earn charge to get himself back up. So that is a Tinker down as well as a Nature's Pro, as well as NS. And Santa, the Gem of True Sight Era, has got the Gem of course. Okay, that was a bit enthusiastic from JK, but I think he was just very happy to finally use his Blink Echo Slam combination.
I'll use it before to splatter the bug,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a good pick off from them. Make sure that even with the track move speed, there's no way that he's gonna get away if he uses Echo Slam right on top of him.
Oh, and he actually picked up his Void Stone, so what do you think he's gonna get with that?
He's probably working towards a sheep stick. He's not gonna have it too soon because he's not farming a lot. But
I'm hoping he's gonna go for a refresher.
it's also an option. It's true.
Would be fun to see. I mean, we haven't seen Earthshaker in such a long time, so give him a refresher just to make sure that people realize why he was a fun hero to watch.
Trixie's catching up a lot on farm now. He picked up a Hyperstone now. Like 3 minutes after he gets his Radiance, he already has a Hyperstone. So that fight was huge for Fnatic.
And it's gonna be, I mean, Virtus.pro, they can still defend their towers, they still have the split push, but they can't, if you go for a 5 versus 5 man team fight right now, they will not come out ahead.
Yeah, they need to get the Hex up on Tinker so they can lock a hero down permanently and pick them off.
Yeah, and they're gonna try to go for
Undying
as well.
Undying is also still really strong at this point in the game.
Oh, H-Pro,
Risky play. He gets the blink off.
Risky.
That was very, very risky play from him.
Yeah, he does distract him long enough for them to take down Roshan though, and there's actually no wards at all up on the map for Fnatic, even though they have got the gems. But they're gonna be just fine. Pick up the Aegis, and then of course it goes to Airman, so he has that one complete as he's indeed building towards the BK or MKB again.
Other item pickups around the game. There's NS who's likely working towards the Force Staff. He's about halfway there right now. The Hex was picked up on Furion a couple minutes ago. Vladimir's and drums are complete on Santa. He isn't going right for BKB this game. He's getting more support items. Undying finished treads has earned. Leshrac picked up Ghost Scepter along with Arcane Boots. And Chaos Knight just picked up a Reaver. He isn't going towards BKB.
Nope, wants to get that extra survivability, and now finally wants to get that last tier 1 tower out of the way. That's still standing on the top lane. Let's see if they can do that. They should be able to do that, to be fair.
This time they're surrounding the towers to make it a lot harder for Tinker to get in.
Yeah, and actually Virtus.pro want to defend it, but at least want to take a fight. And TP towards the tier 2, here comes the Nature's Prophet as well. Nope, not anymore.
And they're backing away and Trixie's still up there.
Trixie! What's Trixie still doing there?
There's some miscommunication from them then. The rest of Fnatic wants to back off and defend their base because the split push is coming in from Prophet. They pushed bottom lane all the way to the tier 3. So they want to get back and defend, and Trixie wants to stay there and apply the pressure to the tier 2. They just had some miscommunication there. Led to Trixie getting picked off. Which is really, really bad because he was getting close to having an AC up.
That was so sad also. I mean, he was just left alone to die. And exactly, where was his team? Someone in the chat calls out.
They could have fought that too, if they were all on the same page.
True. Yeah, they have got a team fight, and they had got the Echo Slam was up. Blink Dagger is up. It's gonna be a Yule Scepter for JK by the looks of it. No, wait. No, that's a Yule's, probably.
Yeah, it's Yule's.
For a second there, I thought like if the staff misery was a quarter staff, then maybe they want to go for fly. Can they do it? Track goes off there. There he goes, turn into his piglet, and he will be dropping. And it's Weaver that picks up the kill for that one. And that's what you get walking through a ward. I mean, this game is even again, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
What's going to be the determining factor of this game?
How Fnatic chooses to apply pressure in the next 10 minutes. Fnatic's not a terrible late game team. I just have to give the edge to Virtus.pro. The Tinkers, Permahex, Furion, split push. And Furion just picked up BKB, by the way. And the fact that Era isn't going for BKB against the Tinker, and that's a huge mistake. Because they can focus him down with chain sheeps. It doesn't matter if he has 3,000 HP. The fact that he doesn't have magic immunity makes him very susceptible to the Tinker.
Yeah, they can just have him sheep the entire fight and kill off his entire team and then have him as the last one and he'll still die at that point if he's not surrounded by his supports anymore. Same thing can be said by Alone Druid, though he'll still have his bear to attack, as Weaver also just finished off his MKB, so more and more items getting complete on Virtus.pro, as they are the ones that are still in favor of the gold, though it is Fnatic that is in favor of the kills and experience. Actually, with those last two pickups, experience goes away with Fnatic again as well. Sorry, Virtus.pro rather.
And then Trixie is about to finish his AC. He's gonna be really good for Fnatic. Bounty Hunter worked towards BKB, which is gonna be another important pickup.
And they're just, I mean, Fnatic again, same thing as, I mean, they had a period of time where they were playing a bit more careless, a bit more farming the entire map, but right now they're sticking together like glue again. And roaming around with Trixie. So now they smoke up, actually going to find someone. It's an illusion only of the bounty hunter though, and they realize that now too as their smoke is still on.
And they're heading up towards top to meet up with Era, who isn't in the smoke.
Yeah,
Era just finished his heart.
Nice. There's actually exclamation marks going off on Airman. They might be trying to go for something. As they're not quite sure where to go by the looks of it. This is gonna be the real one though, if they're gonna find Santa there. With Santa not the most important hero to pick up.
I also didn't want to initiate on him because Era has the gem, and he wasn't with them. And their other supports have no detection.
Hope. They all rely on Era for that one. Era is now together with his team again though. That was a failed smoke, just Fnatic walking around. That's also costing them some experience. More importantly, Trixie was actually in that smoke, so it'll cost him a lot of time as well. His assault grass is ready though. So he'll have that one for the next fight. Is Airman just pushing top? I mean, I think we've landed in like one of those games that's just gonna wait until there's a fight that's gonna be determined by perhaps an Aegis. Even though the Aegis is up on Virtus.pro, they don't feel like they want to go in just yet.
But the way that Virtus.pro's lineup works is since they have two global hexes and one of them's Tanker is basically a permahex, Fnatic has to stick together, and Virtus.pro's using that knowledge to just out-farm them. If you look at net worth, pretty much the whole game, there's been 3 huge farmers for Virtus.pro. The Furion, the Tinker, and the Weaver are all up there, and there's only 2 on Fnatic because they had an offlane Earthshaker that didn't really get much. Meanwhile, the Bounty Hunter's been catching up. He's been farming just in the woods of Fnatic, knowing that he's safe in there, with the vision that NS has gotten up. So Virtus.pro's just, they're like, you know what? We have an Aegis, we've got the hexes and global map presence, so we're just gonna use that to farm. It's just a good decision by them.
I'm gonna wait until Fnatic makes a move then.
Yep, they're forcing Fnatic to, yeah, exactly.
Ooh, but that was a smoke being scouted out by the Weaver, who pushes himself away real fast.
And so the Aegis was just reclaimed by Roshan.
That was the second smoke, by the way, in a while. There's still some smoke though, so they might still want to go for something here, but Virtus.pro, like you said, they're happy to farm unless Fnatic really wants to try and force something out, and maybe Era's gonna make that happen actually. They're gonna go towards the mid lane. Aegis helping out, Radiant rather.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's still fortification if they want to use it, which they do.
And we will look at top lane.
Meantime. Yeah, top lane. Let's see what they can do. Weaver and KSI pushing. Gonna give it tier 2 tower up for that one. Era just picking it up like it's nothing. Here comes an S, thinking about going in. Era looking for Violet's Rift perhaps. The tier 3 tower not even taking that much damage.
And now that Trixie TV'd back, they're looking to fight, and that was
nice fixture, and that is a brilliant play from a Earthshaker, just saying. Blinking, Echo Slam, Fisher hits 1, hits 2, and that is the Tinker down. It is an S down, it is Santa down.
VP had a really good idea there. They forced Trixie to TP back and defend the split push, then they go for the engage, but they messed up and grouped up. In front of Shaker, get a 3-man, Echo and Fisher. It's just big mistake against Inner Shaker.
No, I don't think they'll make that mistake
there.
again though, but it might have already been too late maybe for tier 3 if they want to try to go for it now actually. Tinker bought back and Airman is already back here defending as well, defending duty. He's got 2600 gold.
They're going to use this to get the tier 2 bottom. If you look at how Fly warded, he warded behind the tier 2 mid so they can scout out the Tinker and have Hani initiate on him. Now he just warded behind the tier 2 bottom so they can scout him out and have Hani initiate on him with a Fisher. Just to make it really hard for Tinker to be able to defend these towers.
Got the lane also pushed out still. There's no fortification. Fisher going down, thou shall not stop us from taking your tower. The rockets will fly. They can't do anything with that Fisher there. But the tower is already dead. That Fisher is just... That's just a shame. No fight, or maybe still fight. Maybe a fight for Roshan soon, because only 1 minute until he's back up again.
Yeah, but Furion's doing the right thing. He's putting pressure on top. Now Tinker's even TPing up there. Put more pressure on top.
March of the Machine's helping out. There's still a fortification up on the radiant side if they want to use it. Oh, there goes the Yules up on the nest. Fisher going through. 2 seconds stun. At least they pick up a hero there. Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through as we still have the tier 3 getting killed off as well as the Leshrac actually. And now they have to BKB TP out. No-Tail trying to do what he can, but it's gonna be too late for the tier 3 at least. That one is picked off. And that's something that they're gonna have to be so careful about.
Yeah, we gotta see if Fnatic can push out top lane fast enough so they can actually fight at Roche or go for Roche themselves. Because Hani initiates on mid.
Yep, Echo Slam going through. That was Lone Druid picking up the Tinker straight away. Airman gonna be locked in an ensnare as well, entangled. 2 kills very quickly.
Big time entangle from Trixie there. That RNG on his side.
It's been,
and that's gonna help out a lot. The Tinker's dead with no buyback, they're gonna be able to go for base here.
Actually, we have. Oh, I was gonna say we have a disconnect. That's not good. But yeah, Tinker not gonna be able to buy back. And actually, Weaver, he's dead of course. Well, he can buy back, and he probably should as well if they want to try to defend their tier 3 right here. Nature's Prophet is of course still up, but basically the only thing that he can do is he's already TPing top.
Yeah, he started his TP right away when he sees that they're committing to mid here. With no buyback on Tinker and he's down for a minute, he TP's top immediately and he's gonna try and push their racks. Fnatic still has their glyph up. They didn't use it on their tier 3, which is smart. They knew that the tower was already dead. Wasting glyph there isn't gonna help them very much. Who cares if the tower's dead if it's at 20 HP? But there is no glyph for Virtus.pro, which is gonna mean that Fnatic can definitely take a Rax here. And even if Weaver buys back, I think Fnatic can take this Rax.
You think they'll be willing to risk having their barracks get taken down though?
And when you've got a Tinker on your team, he can always push the lane as well as a Furion. It's not hard to get your lanes pushed out. And if you take this fight, they could lose the game potentially if they have Weaver buy back and take this fight.
True. Yeah, if they then lose the fight, they lose the game. But if they just give the barracks away, then at least they only lose 1 set of barracks and not more.
Yep.
That's a good way of thinking. And we're still gonna see KSI doing as much as he can to make sure that there's gonna be at least some kind of repercussion here. As he's actually got 5k gold, he's got normal brown boots. What do you think he's gonna go for next? Is he gonna go for Daedalus?
He could go for right-click items like Desolator or Daedalus, or he could get something like a Necronomicon. It depends on how he wants to play it. I could see him going for more right-click DPS though.
My PC is dead. That's not good. More right-click. I think they need that because right now it's only Weaver that has that. That's that carry hero. And for Bounty Hunter, I mean, he's gonna go for BKB of course, but only after that he can go for a bit more semi-carry items. And they're up against a Chaos Knight that's gonna be hitting like a truck. They're up against a Lone Druid. That's pretty painful. And actually, their Earthshaker is getting pretty painful as well.
Yep.
So they could definitely use something like that. Because we actually have Earthshaker. He's already got 2200 gold. He's been having a big impact in this game, by the way. I really like it.
Yeah, Honey's been the difference maker this game. For sure, he's the one that's been like. I know that they've been playing around air a lot, but Honey's plays have been keeping Fnatic in the game and giving them the openings that they need to get stuff done. Without him, they wouldn't have been able to like take these towers down.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see him back inside Dota because I mean he's been replaced by Jakiro just for a long while. And of course Jakiro was banned out in this game, wasn't it? I think he was.
Oh, yeah, he was in the second phase by Fnatic.
Then I'm happy that he still made it through here. He is level 15, so he's almost going to have a level 3 Echo Slam. And he's already been able to throw out a couple of good ones. And what do you think he's going to go for next? Because personally, it's an Earthshaker. How often do we see an Earthshaker with this amount of farm?
Not very often. But he could be going for Aghanims or Refresher or Shivas or what was the other one? Sheepstick. He's got a lot of options on items that he can go for. In terms of Air is also sitting on 5k gold. I want to say he's gonna go for BKB, but knowing Era, it's probably a Manta style. See, in terms of VP, Weaver's sitting on 3k, but he has to save for buyback, which is available, like we already discussed.
Yep.
After that, he might even be forced to go for a BKB with the amount of disable that's on Fnatic.
With the Echo Slams and the Fissures.
And we already talked about Bounty Hunter. We talked about Furion a bit. I think Tinker is the other one who could be going for Yules to get even more CC in team fights. We saw like Dendi at DreamHack Summer against MTW, I want to say it was, where he just got a Yules and he Yules the Syllabear bear over and over and over again in team fights. So you see something like that come out of Crazy.
Yeah, that could definitely work out. I mean, I think a lot of people would remember that because it was some impressive play at that DreamHack.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm having the right game in mind. But that was just, I mean, and you have all your items up on the bear, so that's like tons of gold being put out of play right there.
Yep.
10K
and also
gold.
the entangles.
No entangles.
Those
no
clutch entangles.
Radiance. Well, Radiance Aura still works, I guess. Where's the bear? Why can't I select the bear? Ah, there's the bear. Yeah, so Caress ready. 1800 gold. Pretty painful. Still waiting for Fly to connect back in. Apparently he's restarting his PC. I'm going to just check if something is being said right there.
PC problems on LAN, very fun.
I have something that people want to hear inside as spectators, because the game of Empire versus Na'Vi got postponed by 1.5 hours. So right now it's not going to be happening as 1900 as was planned, but it's going to be happening at 8:30. Just saying. Oh, and we have a go again. Buyback from Weaver indeed.
Dire's middle tower is
Let's see what
under
case I can get in return for this one. No fortification. Will they try to go for more than just one barracks?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They
Dire's middle
can, because they still have 30 seconds on Tinker.
Ouch. That's gonna be
And
painful, and they
they're
actually
still
have
pushing
Leshrac.
power.
Dire's
Yeah. They've got Leshrac on the bottom lane, and BKB now finished up on Bounty Hunter, but that's gonna be the second set of melee racks going down in favor of Fnatic.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Demonic Purge up on Era. Airman has to be careful. There goes his Lincolns already. Looks like Fisher going up on the Shadow Demon, who's gonna take a lot of damage, and Ori going down to the Lone Druid. Tracks going off left and right, but the Fisher is blocking Santa. 4-second stun up on Airman right now, and he is dead, and he just bought back. This could be disastrous, as Trixie still goes down to the Nature's Prophet, who's coming in from the side, pops his BKB, and is going for Era right now. Turns him into a Piglet, but another Fisher to save the day. Can they go for this? Tinker is back alive for this one. Turns him into another Piglet, and that's gonna be No Chill trying to TP out. We'll be able to do so. JK gonna be able to TP out of this one as well, or blink away rather, as they just have to defend their ranged barracks right now, because this is gonna be difficult to defend and to still take, because they didn't get anything done on the top racks right now. Chaos Knight BKB done now as well.
Fly was able to res in time that they didn't even need to use Glyph to defend it. just stunned down all the creeps. He's letting Brandon with Pulse Nova and just able to defend top lane against Furion, who doesn't have enough right click damage right now. And he actually picks up a Hyperstone going towards what is most likely an Assault Cuirass. And right now, positioning wise, VP is in a position where they feel they can take Roshan, and Fnatic wants to contest this.
Yeah, and I mean, they can. They've just taken 2 sets of racks. They're
But
pretty
look
much
where Hani is right now. He's all the way back in the fountain, regenerating his mana. He wasn't ready to defend Roche.
That is not going to be good. They kind of need him. He has his Echo Slam still. Again, I should say. And Roshan will be dropping. There's nothing now again anymore that Fnatic can do, and it's Santa actually that picks up the Aegis.
And Cheese is up on Tinker right now.
What do you think about Santa picking up the Aegis and not Airman?
Airman wasn't there. He was pushing up bottom lane. And he actually did pick up an Ograx. He's going to be going for BKB.
Yeah, since he already used his buyback just now, he can't use it anyway, so doesn't need to save for that one. Prophet has to be fairly careful though. He actually picked up a Hyperstone. And still has 5.7k gold, by the way. Jesus, KSI is farmed. Maybe you're gonna see a Mjolnir coming from him, perhaps. Lightning. Oh, he just bought the recipe of something. What is it? It's Assault Cuirass. Okay, that's the other one.
Yeah, but he should still have buyback after he finishes this.
Yeah, Virtus.pro, they actually smoked up looking for something, but it's everybody of Fnatic. I mean, they realized we took 2 sets of racks, or two racks rather, not sets. Let's take top. If they're gonna be able to defend, to harass top long enough, then the other ranged racks will drop as well, of course, from the creep waves.
No, but there's still Furion who's just gonna sit in the lane, and he also has his ult, and Tanker can sit in the other lane like they're doing now.
Yeah, that's true. They still are gonna have to take the tier 2 though. Will we going
and
down?
BKB was picked up on Era. I'm so happy that he actually picked it up. He really needed someone against the Tanker.
He has not got a buyback for another 2.5 minutes. Because he already used it. And they're actually not gonna continue forcing this.
Yep, with Era, they're in control of the game now that they have the 2 melee racks down. So they want Era to have buyback off cooldown before they force an engagement. Even though Weaver's buyback's also on cooldown, they know that Weaver's gonna have his buyback up sooner, and they don't want to risk it.
Nope. Buybacks are gonna be super important for both teams actually. With Haste Rune still. Gem of True Set is actually up on the Lone Druid. Because the one on the Bounty Hunter actually got dropped. He had one.
Yeah, he gave 10s.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And then it's just been running around counter-warding with it.
So no real map control for either, at least not in the terms of ward, even though there is still a Radiant ward up on the middle lane. Apparently NS hasn't walked there yet. But this is gonna be very difficult. What do you think Virtus.pro has to do right now to make sure that they still get this game?
It's gonna be hard for them, but they still have really good gank potential for their global gank squad. And I don't know, it's hard to say, but I think they just need to find an opportunity to get a pick. They did have Piers playing aggressively bottom lane, looking for an opportunity to get. Oh, Tinker mid.
Oh, he took it in. Probably, yep. He's gonna be getting a 4-second stun. He dropped. Does he have buyback? He does.
Yeah, he does. But he blinked into the trees and attacked the bear. And Hani got vision and he got his fissure off just as the TP was about to finish. There's like maybe 0.2 seconds left on the TP. Got caught.
And he buys back. And actually, everybody of Fnatic rotating back because they want to defend the top lane from some pressure coming in.
And this is the annoying part about playing against Tinker Furion. They're pressuring opposite sides of the map, and it just forces Fnatic to split up, which they don't want to do, which gives VP the gank opportunities they need.
Yeah.
It's all about picking and choosing who they want to go on. Because if they go on Air, you can see just Hani sitting there, and that could end disastrously bad for them.
And CSG on the bottom lane now pushing it back again. And Trixie, be very careful. He actually...
Yeah, he was pushing out with just his bear, while his hero was defensively in the fountain, and he just pulled his bear and its radiance back.
Yeah, picked up a Basher and a Heaven's Halberd, by the way.
And he's actually just short on buyback right now.
Trixie, that is.
Yep.
Yep, that is indeed correct. Well, he'll get that before there's gonna be a next team fight. We have got a lot of Virtus.pro in the middle lane actually trying to push out. I mean, they have to keep an extra eye on the middle and the bottom lane, of course, constantly because of those mega creeps. But it looks like they're gonna force out something of Fnatic because, well, everybody in Fnatic is top. But everybody of Virtus.pro is bottom and middle, and now there comes the TPs. Well, that's what they wanted to have. That's them backing out again. Well, this is gonna be like a cat and mouse game.
Yes. This happens every time there's a Tinker Fury on.
Yep. That's yeah, the cat and mouse change constantly though. It's like who's gonna TP back first? Who's gonna Oh, it's like the game like if you're in the car, you're gonna try to hit each other and who's gonna be the one that's backing out first? Like opposite each other.
I never played that game.
No, I don't think anybody has. At least, I mean, it's.
Maybe that's just something you and your sister played.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't in. It wasn't in an old game, an old movie. I mean, it was in a movie. I think it was with James Dean.
Yeah, I had no idea what you're talking about right now.
Okay, I'm
you sound
sorry.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Chicken. Apparently, you're playing Chicken. I don't know. Is that the name of a game?
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
Chicken's out first. I think at the moment it was at that movie it was when they were gonna run off a cliff and then the first one to back away from that in the car was the chicken, and then one of them actually drove off the cliff. I think something like that. I don't know.
Ooh. Fnatic is smoking up and going straight up middle lane right now.
Yeah, and they're just walking in the base, and there's nothing that they can scout this out. Oh, they need to TP.
MVP
Now
does
they
have
see
stuff,
them.
Under attack.
Here
They're
come
just
the
going for
TPs.
it.
Oh, what the? There is also a fortification,
Structures are
and that's actually the backdooring being already over. And that's gonna be tier 3 dropping. They're gonna go for these barracks also. Lightning going through, and Tango still on some illusions. Airman trying to do what he can. BKB up on air as well, trying to do what he can in return. But he's just fine, letting his illusions kill off those melee barracks as the ranged racks in the mid lane already dropped. Disruption just in time to save a nest, but he is still gonna. Oh, he's gonna actually be able to get away. It's the bear that got summoned back, or will be alive again as KSI will be able to just right click here massively. Still undying, going down to the Tinker at a different part of the map as we're gonna see Trixie in some trouble, gonna be locked inside a Sprout, Airman lock killing him from the side, Gem of True Side drop in there as well. There's only 2 range racks standing on Virtus.pro. They kill off the they learn Druid, they kill off the Leshrac, but they need to now get something in return. They need to get the barracks. The barracks on the top lane already dropped because of those siege creeps helping out, but they need to get more. They only have 2 sets of ranged barracks left. If Fnatic does the same thing again, that's it. That's mega creeps.
Yep, and also Fnatic could maybe go for the throne next time because there's no glyph up now. They couldn't really go for the throne there because of the fact that glyph was up. And it's way too risky to go that deep into the base.
Dyer's
And
middle
against 2
tower
towers
is
as well.
under attack.
Take
Rapier
inventory
on,
of KSI.
Fury on. This is smart play from him. You're in a huge hole. You need to take a massive risk if you want any chance in this game. He does it. No hesitation.
He is, it's a pretty ballsy move because he's not the most survivable hero in the game. The exclamation marks comes off, so Fnatic has seen that he's got a Divine Rapier. Skull Basher up on the Chaos Knight. Need to be able to have more against the BKBs that are up now on Virtus.pro.
In the last fight, there was actually a really good job of just handling the Chaos Knight coming out of Virtus.pro, but it was too little too late. They already lost their racks. They got Hexes off at the start. NS actually made illusions of CK's illusion, and then he used Demonic Purge while CK was BKB just so he couldn't attack anyone. CK was kind of stranded in that fight.
Nope. They were able to just, I mean, they were able to disrupt Fnatic. They were having a bit of a messy return also. But, I don't know, it still looks pretty good for Fnatic, but now with that Divine Rapier, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Tracks going off. Here comes KSI from the side. Is he gonna be able to stay alive? The Basher, it works, and Tangle as well. KSI, trouble. He is not being helped. Echo Slam misses, but KSI, he will drop. The Divine Rapier gets picked off by the Lone Druid, and that is gonna be something that is not good whatsoever. Airman from the side is gonna be locked in by a Fisher there. He's gonna be trying to do what he can. But Nature Prophet ultimate, and well, that's actually him already down. Chaos Knight picking up the kill for Airman as Lone Druid kills off an S.
Basher from Era.
Yeah, that CRZ cannot TP out, and that's another bash, and that's another kill. You go in the way of Virtus.pro, and I do think, like, with that Divine Rapier up on the Lone Druid, I am not sure if Fnatic can actually lose this game anymore.
Yeah, they're gonna go try and end right now. As KSI is doing everything that he can and trying to split push bottom.
No, KSI is, I mean, I don't know, I mean, it was a bit of an odd fight. I didn't think that they would have been able to win that. I didn't know that KSI thought they actually thought they could win that with that Divine Rapier, just with him just standing there with nobody else to back him up close by.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Or is it just me?
Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
The position was just really awkward from all of Virtus.pro in that fight.
Yeah. Well, that's Mega Creeps.
And
They're
then
still
Mega-
taking it very safe, I have to say.
The Radiant now have mega creeps.
Really want to get Trixie. Why? I don't blame them, actually.
Crystal Blade from Era's up. You just
Yeah.
BKB TPs.
And that's gonna be successful. Jim of True Set drops on the floor as Fly is getting away from Airman, but I mean, it is the Lone Druid that's already back home. That's the one that they wanted to have. The Shrek still dies, of course.
Tower is under attack.
And that's Mega Creeps. Fnatic is gonna make it very safe.
Oh yeah, the game's still technically not over. Virtus.pro could farm up more rapiers. It is an option,
That's an option.
but it's gonna be really hard for them to defend. They can do it until Fnatic balls up and decides to go for a fight. There's still that 1% chance that VP could come back here. To this game, like Fnatic made a lot of mistakes in the early game. Oh, and the thing that just carried them through to this advantage that they have now, where I'd say they have like a 99% chance of winning the game. Actually, no, VP is just saying screw it. We've got lanes pushed out for now. We're gonna go for an all-in mid final fight when nobody has buybacks up on either team.
Yeah,
I
because
would
the whole
book
list is
soon.
in red. And buybacks. Actually, Bounty Hunter has buyback again, but you know, you want to have no buybacks up on the opponent team. They're gonna have to fight against a Rapier, against an Echo Slam, against basically everything, because everything is up for Fnatic apart from the Leshrac, but he's gonna be up in a moment. Tier 2 tower still drops. And for Fnatic, I mean, for them it's just waiting.
Yeah, they get to sit here and just, yeah. They've got Tinker and Furion on the side lanes trying to delay as long as possible. And there we go.
They go in. Santa already dead. Santa, the only one that could buy back. Buys back. BKB up on KSI. Bashes though. That's him already dead. 2 pickups and Ness trying to get himself away. Reality Trip misses, but that doesn't matter. Double kill, triple kill for Era as a blink away from Tinker. The GG well played goes out. This is Virtus.pro being a spectator for the rest of the event. The team that looked so promising for such a long time. Hello, Rampage.
Let's wait on the game for Era in the series.
But I have to say, I mean, that is gonna be Era just. Oh, Era. I mean, Fnatic, Virtus.pro rather. I mean, I really thought they. I don't know. They weren't gonna end 4th.
I was really excited about this tournament, with it only being 4 teams, or despite it only being 4 teams, because all 4 teams that are there have a chance of taking home first place.
Yeah.
Like, it was impossible to predict how any series was going to go, in my opinion. So all of the teams are really evenly matched, especially with it being a new patch. There were a lot of small changes that were made.
Yep.
I think this game in particular, though, what impressed me was Fnatic's ability to team fight and their experience playing together. Their early game was honestly just filled with a lot of mistakes. They didn't take tier 1 bottom tower, despite having a Lone Druid in that lane, against a Bounty Hunter that's fairly weak at defending a tower. And they were against a Tinker Furion, so they knew they were going to have trouble pushing later on, but they didn't take it early. Just little things like that. There were a bunch of mistakes that they made early. They didn't protect Trixie at all, but their team fight and just teamwork was able to carry them through to the victory. Especially Hani. Hani played amazingly well this game.
Yeah, great Earthshaker indeed. And I mean, yeah, the Divine Rapier was there. It was nice, I guess, in a way. I don't think it really, I don't know, it really wasn't used to its full potential, I feel like.
Yeah, that teamfight positioning where he actually had the Rapier was just so awkward that he was able to get targeted down by a bear that has a halberd on his hero, so he's extra tanky, and his bear has root and a basher, so it's just really hard for Nature's Prophet to do anything.
Yeah, can't stand in those kind of team fights. Well, this was game number 3. It was Fnatic that took the series, so they will be up against the loser of Empire versus Na'Vi, which is going to be later tonight. The game of Fnatic versus the loser of Na'Vi Empire will be played tomorrow at 1900 CET time, and today at 2030. I will check in a moment if that's actually correct. At 8:30, that is CET time, so 20:30. Yeah, 30 past 8. Whatever. It's gonna be later tonight. It will be Na'Vi versus Empire. So you have like 2.5 hours of free time, and then tune back in again. And well, let me know on Skype in a moment if you can do it. I'm first gonna have the outro as well as, of course, the StarLadder trailer, because that's quite nice to see also. There you go. Oh wait. Do you have any shoutouts?
Oh. No.
Oh,
follow me on Twitter at DotaDemon.
at Dota Demon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
me.
that's you. Let's try. Follow me on my Twitter at @Bdiz Dota. There we go. He actually tweets nice tweets. So you're a good tweeter. Hereby declared that. Anyway, now I'm gonna do the outro in the movie and stuff. Here we go.